Hello people, I'm the Comic Book Gamer. Today I'm going to be talking about Volume 1 of Star Wars Darth Vader, which is Marvel's Darth Vader series. So it's all canon to the Star Wars universe, and it's really good. I just read it. I'd read some issues from it before, but I got the graphic novel now, and I read it, and it's really good. First thing I want to say, though, is sorry if I sound all nasally or anything. I'm really stopped up at the moment. I'm a little sick, so yeah, sorry about that. Anyways, let's talk about this book. So this book is written by Kieran Gillen, and the art is done by Salvador LaRocca. I hope I pronounced their names right. Anyways, I had not heard of either of these guys prior to this book, but now that I have, they are amazing. They nailed this volume 1. It's so great. And yeah, so obviously spoilers for this book. If you haven't read it, I definitely highly recommend you guys go and read it. But anyways, let's get into the book. So, Darth Vader Volume 1, what it's mainly about is Darth Vader's sort of separation from the Emperor, and the Emperor not really trusting Vader, well, not really believing in Vader like he did in Revenge of the Sith. All these Star Wars books, well, besides like ones that are specific time periods, these main Star Wars books, they take place in between 4 and 5. The main Star Wars book does, Darth Vader does, and yeah, that's where most of them take place. So this is after the first Death Star has been destroyed. So the Empire's morale is pretty low because their big super weapon has been destroyed, and the Emperor just does not believe in Vader anymore, so he's been looking for others to replace him. It turns out that he's been had developed for years that he had been looking for people to replace Vader just in case, because he's the Emperor. Of course he's got a backup plan. And Vader realizes he can't trust the Emperor, so what he does is, and that he can't trust anyone, he realizes that the only people that are reliable are droids, and so what he does is he finds the person that's great at finding old droids. He finds this lady called Dr. Aphra. She's great at finding and stealing these old droids and things and restoring them. And so he goes and he finds her, and together they go to Geonosis. They find these weird hives, like this hive that breeds these half droid, half Geonosian sort of droids. Anyways, they go there, they find the droids he needs, and through that, Darth Vader uses those droids to go and find who the Emperor is using to replace him. And this book really does a great job of actually making the prequels feel emotional, because besides very few moments of the prequels, like that last bit between Obi-Wan and Anakin on Mustafar, there's not really a whole lot of the prequels actually touched to me emotionally. But in this book, it does it amazing. Like, there's this part where Dr. Aphra asks, she asks Darth Vader, "Have you ever been to Geonosis?" And it flashes back to when Anakin and Padme are about to enter the arena and they kiss. And it's like, oh dang, I remember that. Vader's reminiscing about, oh, that's kind of sad. But the movie, them two kissing felt really weird because Anakin was just staring at her awkwardly throughout the entire film, just being really creepy, and they fell in love for no reason. But looking back on it from this comic, they did a great job and actually touches, it actually makes that moment feel emotional. And you have little things like that are amazing. But anyways, he goes to this place where he finds out that the Emperor has been has hired this guy to train these people to be not Sith or Jedi, but sort of this new breed to where they don't really use the Force, they use technology. They got lightsabers, and they got like jetpack, like Cad Bane's jet booster things. They got like stuff like that, so that way they can jump in the air and stuff without using the Force, because like the Jedi and the Sith, they're weak. We're this new generation, all that stuff. And so Vader fights them for a bit, doesn't really do anything on the heavy attack though, and the Emperor's there, and he's just like, I've had these people training for a while just in case, because I don't know if you can still do what you do. But anyways, the Emperor has Darth Vader and these guys sort of put on a little demonstration, and afterwards, not Darth Vader, the Emperor says, "Make no mistake, in the end, I only need one of you. Do not slay each other, or if you do, ensure I do not find out." So yeah, he's just basically saying that, hey, I don't need all of you, just one, but I want to see who's legitimately the best and not just stabbing each other in the back. And then the Emperor and Darth Vader have a conversation. Darth Vader's talking about how it's heresy because these people have been training for 20 years. Because they're younger kids, and they've been training for the past 20 years. They've been training their entire life. And so Darth Vader's like, you've had this in the works for a while. And the Emperor's like, don't forget who's student, who's teacher. Don't, remember your place. and he says that, the dark side is strength. If they defeat you, they are stronger. If you defeat them, you prove you are. This is the way of the Sith. I named you Vader after you pledged yourself to the Sith. You proved yourself worthy of it then. I'm certain you'll prove yourself worthy of it now. So yeah, he has lost some confidence in Vader since the Death Star was destroyed, and he wants to see if Vader is still good old Vader, and that's the end of their conversation there. And after that, we see Boba Fett report to Darth Vader, because earlier in the book, Darth Vader had hired Boba Fett to track down Luke Skywalker. Now, this is one of the things I don't like about the Star Wars comics that Marvel has been doing. It's no fault of the writers of Darth Vader. It's the fault of Jason Aaron, who writes the main Star Wars book, and he made it to where Luke and Darth Vader have had a personal encounter prior to Empire Strikes Back. I don't like that. I think it was stupid that they did that. But anyways, that's how it is. It's canon now. But what happens in this is they've had a fight and everything, and so after that, it's a Jedi. Darth Vader wants to find out who he is. He's strong in the Force. Who is this kid? And so he hired Boba Fett to go and track him down. Boba Fett did not fare too well against Luke. They sort of had a draw, but Boba Fett reports to Darth Vader saying, "Hey, I know his name. That's all I got. His name is Skywalker." And then we get these flashbacks again to the prequels about when Darth Vader, when Anakin learned from Padme that she's pregnant, after Obi-Wan and Anakin had that mission with General Grievous. She's like, "Annie, I'm pregnant," and all that. We get a flashback to that, and then we get a flashback to when Darth Vader when Anakin first became Darth Vader, and he's like, "Is Padme okay? Is she alright?" And the Emperor's like, "You killed her in your anger," and we get the flashback to when he basically did kill her by choking her on Mustafar and her funeral and things like that, and it's great. It really does touch you emotionally. They do a great job because they do flashbacks they do this little segment between the flashbacks to Darth Vader in the present. You just see like his fist clenching, and he's like breaking the glass in front of him, and it ends with Vader saying, "I have a son, he will be mine, it will all be mine," as he stares into his vast army, fleet, and space. Anyways, again, this book is amazing. It does a great job at making the prequels feel emotional, actually, and like making those points that were supposed to hit in the movie great, because you don't have to deal with the crappy acting or anything like that. But they did a great job at using the prequels in this and making Darth Vader a great character. Very few problems I had with this book. My only problems I'd say is sometimes Darth Vader feels a bit out of character the way he talks. Very few times, though. It's not like a huge issue. Just sometimes it's like, I don't see Vader saying that. For the most part, they nailed it, the way he talks and everything. And just, yeah, the art's fantastic. This book's amazing. You guys should definitely check it out, and I can't wait to read Volume 2. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please let me know with a like and a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.